This is the ultimate 20-minute guide for care home owners who want more inquiry to their homes via marketing. Now, I'm going to be pretty fast, 20 minutes, so pretty brief, so be ready. Take some notes as you go along, and please, as we go, any questions in Q&A. As we go, or in chat, doesn't matter where, I'll pick them up, and I'll spend a bit of time answering any questions at the end. So, well, for those who don't know me, who am I? I'm Adam. I'm founder of Springup PR, and we help care homes get more inquiries to increase occupancy and revenue faster via PR and marketing. So, why marketing? Now, there could actually be a number of reasons, but the priority of this webinar is you want to get more inquiries. You can actually do marketing to get more team members, but this is a focusing on inquiries, particularly privates. So that's where the focus is on this webinar today. Now, for the purposes of this webinar, what care home marketing is not. It's not having a website. It's not being on social media. It's not having a Facebook page. And it's not being on carehome.co.uk. All those are absolute basics. Pretty much every care home has that. Well, a number don't have websites. I'm not going to cover this today. We're going into a little bit more higher level. What care home marketing is for this purposes of this webinar. So what we're going to be looking at is an inquiry generator website. So website, great, but you want an inquiry generator website. Slightly different things. Getting inquiries from families actively searching online. That's another area that we'll be looking at today for care home marketing on this webinar. Getting inquiries via amplifying the word of mouth. Yeah, this is language I like to use because it's everyday language that people understand. Word of mouth, you know how important that is for your care homes. What about if you want to amplify it? Inquiries from community advertising. Advertising in your community. We'll be looking at that today. And inquiries from community engagement. These are the core categories that I'll be looking at on this webinar today. Now, to be clear, I am not going into the weeds on this webinar today. I'm going to give you the strategic overview. So no going into the weeds. By the way, I have a YouTube channel, loads of going into the weeds about everything I talk about today. So let's first kick off an inquiry generator website. So yeah, again, the big tip, this is really, really important where your priority is you want more privates, families, those who literally are making not a £12 sale. I know it's all about care and thank you for your service, everyone to our nation's elderly, but it can be anywhere from a 50k, 100k, 150k purchase. It's high ticket. So that's why your website for inquiry generation must be bearing this in mind. Ultimately, your goal should make your website for this kind of individual who's looking around, who's private, irresistible. They would feel foolish not to make an inquiry. So it's that kind of standard you ultimately should be gunning for. Your website needs to be uplifting. I remember Hallmark saying once before that when they thought about their websites, people think about care homes where people go to die. This is the public perception, not you and I working in the sector, and where people do nothing. So therefore, your website must contradict that view, that psychology, by giving an uplifting feel, uplifting imagery, photos, and videos. The keyword here is uplifting. Activities, foods, what the rooms look like, their care team. That's what families want to know. CQC rating, one thing, at prices, another. These are the things that families want to know. And that, again, is done via research. I think it was Autumn that they came up with this research. Contemporary and updated. Yes, 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 of course. Now, an insight here, and I splatter this, I have this webinar, I have on the webinar, I have some insights and tips. This is a one we have found right now. It is a popular call to action that people make to download a brochure. So make sure that's always visible and make sure you get name, email, and phone number. I would recommend to get that brochure. So I just want to quickly show you a couple of websites which I think match these requirements. This is a single care home in Norwich and it's a single page. This is a high performing single page website for a single home. High performing because it gets inquiries and the data shows us that it does better than other websites. Now, first impressions, uplifting image first off. And again, if you look at the language it's using, it's very, very uplifting and it's positive. And likewise, the imagery is also positive. If we go here, Barchester, we all know Barchester. Now, I mean, this was not particularly amazing image, is it not? But it's sunny. It's again, it's a blue sky. We've got flowers outside. I like it because there's all these contact points. You've got an immediate image of the manager, and you have a video. And what I think is important for group wise is that this is a massive group. However, all this is related to the individual home. Yeah, it's only actually when you go there that's the rest about Barchester, because of course the family is interested in the home. And all this here, if you click here, I'll just do it now onto team. You've got wonderful images of the team. This is a huge group, and yet they've gone to work to make sure that that's very viewable. Now let's go to Hallmark. Again, this contemporary look and feel. It's this is obviously well branded, it's well thought out, lovely colours. It's attractive to look at as a care home website. So those are things to be thinking about on the website to become an inquiry generator. Now, what about marketing? So that's the first thing we're looking at. Secondly, what about marketing for families who are actively searching online? So this is, again, not recommendations or referrals. So making these kinds of searches, they are people looking around. 94% of families go online when looking for a care home. Again, not recommendations, referrals. This is very important that you remember this. So for families actively searching online, 94%, Google Ads, pay-per-click, is one key method to get those inquiries. Another is search engine optimization. So there's two areas. Now, if we look at Google Ads, firstly, Google Ads are the engine here to drive inquiries. What do they look like? Well, these are the kinds of ads that you will probably be familiar with. I'm just going to give you the upper level here. Now, the great thing, and this is an insight for doing Google pay-per-click ads, is that you can get the top of the page within 10 days. There's all the setting up and setting up your campaigns, but literally within 10 days. So it's fast. You can track everything. You can track the whole journey from ads, someone clicking ads, to going onto the website, to making an inquiry or not. And you can distinguish between organic, someone going to your website organically, and some going via Google pay-per-click. So you can track everything. That's a key point to remember here. Big tip: track everything. As I mentioned, from the ad to the website, someone doing a call to action. 50% of care home groups use Google Ads right now. We've the data on all of them. 50%. Some better than others, but 50% of care home groups use them. They'll be doing that for a reason. Anywhere, if you're doing them properly and using tracking, you will get an inquiry from anywhere from £170 to 1,200 ad spend per inquiry. And remember, a resident is worth to you fees 50k, 100k, 150k. So again, you do the numbers on that as to whether it's a good ROI ad spend to getting an inquiry that you would otherwise not get. That's the key here. a single care home in Norwich is right now getting 6 inquiries per month via Google Ads. Data, real life data. An 8 care home group had a return of investment of ad spend to forecasted lifetime revenue of a resident of 12.5 to 1. That's the numbers and ROI you can get when you do proper tracking. If you want to know more about the details about how to run Google Ads properly for your care homes, check out this YouTube videos on our channel. There's loads of information, insights there. Now, if that's people searching online, Google Ads. Secondly, we're looking at SEO, search engine optimization. Upper level. What this means is that you do blogs and content to get you up the rankings. You've probably heard that phrase, up the rankings on Google Google results pages. That's what blog and contents done properly will help you do. Takes time though. It takes time, and you have to do technical stuff. That's website stuff on your website, and get backlinks. Backlinks on directories can help, for example. So we're not going into the weeds. I'm just giving you the overview here. SEO, search engine optimization, organic results. That's another phrase that you're probably familiar with. Now, here's an insight for you, is that if you are doing blogging content, it doesn't necessarily cover all search phrases. So care home in Ipswich would be different from nursing home in Ipswich, and content will enable you to get higher up the rankings for particular search phrases. Now, just so you know, and you will know this yourself, if you did a search for care homes in your area, carehome.co.uk has a monopoly, yeah, because they have put time and effort and years into doing exactly this. That's why they are always pretty much, not always, pretty much always top of the organic search rankings for those keyword phrases that you'll be familiar with. Now, the thing about SEO, it is a different. I'm just doing a comparison here between SEO and Google pay-per-click. Remember, people searching online is actually difficult to track. It's a little bit more difficult to track inquiries from it. You know, it's more generally you'll hear that people will have heard from you or have gone to your website, but that's a kind of vague, grey thing. You don't quite know how they got to your website. It's a little bit more difficult. In fact, it's a lot more difficult to track. But if you are going to have this strategy, really concentrate on these golden keyword phrases, such as, for example, care homes in Oxford. Now, if you are going to do this, there are tools to show you where your page goes up in the rankings. AccuRanker is one, there's many, many others. So you can, as a KPI, see how your page ranking changes. Here's an example. This is not for a care home, this is for us, but I wanted to show you because what it shows you here is, for example, we have some SEO towards care home marketing, and you can see over a period of time we've gone up 9 places. You can see here where my cursor is, the arrow. We've gone up 9 places to rank on page 6. So we would have been at page 15, and now we're at page 6. So yeah, this is a really good tool if you want to do it properly to monitor where your ranking is in terms of pages. And you can see here a number of different keyword phrases, and you can do that for your care homes, care home search relevant. Now, number 3 is amplifying the word of mouth. Yeah, PR, let's call it. So word of mouth, we know it's so important for all your care homes. Well, if you want to increase that word of mouth reputation, one way to be achieving this is by a PR strategy. And when it comes to the press, ongoing press coverage, what's really in your favor, care homes, is that regional journalists love positive, heartwarming care home stories. You're not a Tesco's. You're not a supermarket. You are not a. It's very different. You are looking after our nation's elderly. The regional press, who you want to be journalists to be writing about you or reporting or broadcasting about your care homes. They will love your good care home stories. I promise we do this the whole time. Any single care home in the country can get positive press coverage every 2 to 3 months. Now, of course, a little bit harder to attribute inquiries directly to press coverage. Now, there are ways that you can ask families how they heard about you, and sometimes you'll hear that they heard about you in the press, but it is harder to attribute. It's less a digital journey, so that attribution is trickier. Again, you want to go into the weeds about how to get ongoing press coverage for any one of your care homes. All these videos on our YouTube channel will give you the tools to achieve exactly that. Now, I just want to focus here on this amplifying the word of mouth reputation. This is PR via email. So, and this is the fact because you know who your major stakeholders in for any one of your care homes are. Not only, of course, this is email, not only for people making inquiries, but all your stakeholders. And here's an example of an email. Again, it's positive, it's uplifting, it's not salesy, it's not marketing, it's just celebrating all of the wonderful things that are going on in your individual care home. And the beauty of this is that it's going directly to the email inboxes of all your VIPs, your partners and stakeholders, all those people who ultimately help you with your word of mouth reputation because they are referrers, they are those good eggs of the community, those VIPs, and you will know who they all are. But if you want to amplify, you need to really, really make sure that more and more of them have the good news about your care home directly to their email inbox. Here is an example of all those individuals we're talking about. Commissioners, GPs, solicitors, financial advisors, elderly related charities, journalists, councillors, MPs, partner home care agencies, inquiries, families, of course. People read these emails, we see it, and people respond to them. Be personal. This is a great way to go directly into the inboxes of essentially those VIPs, partners, and stakeholders. Now, the great thing about it is it's easy to do. Your email list builds up forever. It's not like I send an email out and forget it for 8 months. You will do this forever. Your email list will build up forever. And it just helps with this word of mouth reputation, this referral network, continually building forever. And by going directly to their inbox that they are seeing all the good things that your care home is doing. Community advertising, number 4. So leaflet drops. This is when you are advertising ads within your community, leaflet drops. Now here's an insight for you. I have a Facebook group and I ask care homes, do leaflet drops work for you? 40% of them self-reported as cost effective. This is not a scientific survey, but it's a survey of care home owners and managers. 40% of them said they were cost effective. Facebook ads, another way to reach via ads people in families in your community. An insight here is that done properly, you can get anywhere from 140 to 200 pounds for a qualified lead. What's qualified lead? It's someone who expresses a clear interest, having spoken to them. That's the key. Having spoken to them, that they are thinking about the possibility of care either now or in the future. And here is real live data from a care home group, 14 care homes. This is real live data, and you can see here where my arrow is the number of care inquiries they have been securing this year via Facebook ads alone. Now, just so you're clear, this is after qualification. So literally, Facebook lead is very, very different from a qualified lead. Again, I'm giving you the overview here. I'm not going into the weeds. GP surgeries on buses. Are you hear, care homes talking about this community advertising the whole time where they do it? Now, the key tip here is however you do it, track it. QR codes, separate dedicated phones with a trackable number, or separate emails, just so you can track. Because it's only when you track, and you can do it when you're advertising via these methods, that you understand what your ROI is. This is community advertising in general. You can see we've covered a lot here, from leaflet drops to on buses to Facebook ads. Any questions as we go? We can Q&A. We're doing pretty well. We've got 5 more minutes. Just wrap up here. Community engagement, word of mouth. Again, word of mouth we know is important. What is community engagement? Events with you and your community. You'll be doing this already. I know who you are on this webinar. But it's again, you want to think about how these events can really accelerate awareness and people who do not already know about you. That's key. Dementia cafes, intergenerational activities, specialist webinars, all these kinds of activities. And really, you want to be famous as the local expert on elderly care. The great thing about any one of your care homes, it's within your power to be to elevate yourself to be the most known as a local expert on how to care for our nation's elderly. So I just want to give you a kind of top level approach for this community engagement. You know, see here the words I'm using. I'm talking about being famous. So, you know, above and beyond awareness, this is about being famous. So, for example, BBC Antiques stars, bargain hunt stars such as Eric Knowles and Charles Hanson, they do antiques evaluations at care homes. We've done a number of these. You can really make a big song and dance at this kind of event. People come and bring in their own antiques evaluations, and you will be sending exclusive invites. No other care home in your catchment area will be doing this. The CQC will love it. Everyone will have an amazing time. And just to give you an idea, as I said, no other care homes in your area will be doing it. Commissioners, the public, the CQC, they'll all love it. Your home will become a big draw. This is the idea here. Your care home is hosting this particular event. It just so happens to be hosting this particular event. So again, we've done them before. I just want to give you an indication of the results that can be achieved and to stimulate your thinking around these kinds of activities. We have 45 guests, and that excludes family members. Remember what I said at the beginning. You want to get people into the home who have not already been into the home. Exclusive invites. And again, this is real results from a care home in London. Age UK wanted to host events at the home after attending this event. Another charity wanted to collaborate on fundraisers. The vicar from a local church who came to visit had a look around for his care for his mum when he attended for this day. We got bags of video testimonials. Care home UK testimonials are great, but imagine if you get some video testimonials. It's an exclusive activity that impressed the CQC. And of course, we've got really lovely PR and press coverage for it. So these kinds of community engagement of events, if you kind of think, yeah, so bigger than you have been habitually, again, you did the whole time, I'm sure you're amazing, but I just want to give you some ideas here. So thank you. As I said, I was going to say I'll be 20 minutes. I was slightly over that, but we've just got a few minutes for any questions. Please just fire away in chat or Q&A. I will go and have a look. But by the way, as I said from the beginning, this is very much an overview. If you want to go into the weeds, have a look at other YouTube videos, because we do go into the weeds for any one of these things I've been talking about. If you want to see some success stories from care homes that have done a number of these strategies, just text success to that mobile number, and we'll get these over to you. So thank you. So we're doing pretty well. I just want to go and see. Okay, so we've got Helen. Thank you. Hi, Adam. Good to see you. Thank you. Nice to see you too, Helen. I'm now RMG Care. Great. Yeah, lovely. We have 6 homes, and I'm currently doing a rebranding project for them, including a website. Any tips will be useful. That's great. So let me just give you my initial thought. So my initial thought would be to, yeah, focus on, which I know you will be doing, on thinking about inquiry generation. Personally, some other care home providers think differently. I like a good number of CTAs. So you're rebranding, so that's maybe you're doing like the look and feel and the colors. Um, there's so many good examples there, which I know you'll probably be doing and looking around at other care home providers about a contemporary look and feel, obviously to fit in with the RMD Care brand. So that's those are the kind of elements you'll be looking at. And the good thing, the important thing I think to think about as a group is how it's the psychology of the individual. They will be wanting information about one individual home. So be careful. You saw that example on Barchester. They've done that strategically. If someone's looking at a care home, they want to keep people looking at that care home rather than getting diverted to all stuff about the group. Because particularly if it's for someone who doesn't already know about you, you want to keep them on details for that individual care home. Now, there are groups who have like 20, 15 care home groups that have individual websites for every single home. Yeah. So that's how they've got around that by being within a brand, but still wanting to make sure that people stay within the domain, the website of that home. Those are my immediate thoughts, Helen, and I hope that was useful. And another question. Hello, Sarah. Um, I run a luxury care home group called Banner Care. Yeah. What's better to invest in Facebook ads? Oh, great question. What's better to invest in Facebook ads or Google ads? Now, Google ads, and the reason being is because that's people showing intent. People are actively looking under, so let's say, Zara, you had a care home in Oxford, and people will be searching care homes in Oxford, nursing homes in Oxford, dementia care in Oxford. Uh, People will be searching care homes near me if they live in Oxford, and these are people actively showing intent. They are what's called higher up the funnel, or sorry, lower down the funnel, because they are showing that they are interested in that care home. They are looking for care homes. Whereas Facebook ads, of course, you are interrupting their day. On Facebook, you'll know this yourself, Sarah. They're on their mobile phone. They're not actively looking. An ad will pop up while they're on leisure on their phone. So these are families usually are higher up the funnel. If someone is wanting a care home and they're needing one, soonish, they are actively searching and actively looking. Those are the ones you want to be getting. So 100% Google Ads. Yeah, that's a great question. Thank you, Sarah. Thank you. So let's see if we've got any more. I think we're about done. So that's great. And we've been, yes, exactly half an hour. Well, we've been 32 minutes. So thank you very much and have a great rest of your day.